ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
It just sets a bad tone for public officials.
A director on the board for the Otay Water District has been censored once again after a derogatory post he made on social media about vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris. This isn't the first time Hector Gastelum has made controversial comments. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo shows us the board can't remove him because he's an elected official.
This is the third time Gastelum has been censured by the Water District. He tells me he stands 100% by his comments. It was this tweet posted 10 days ago by Otay Water District Director Hector Gastelum that forced the Water Board to censure him once again on Friday.
This continued pattern of behavior is a serious and ugly stain on the good name of the district.
The board voted 3-1 with Gastelum the only no vote. In his tweet, he calls Kamala Harris a derogatory term, saying she blanks the boss for career advancement, referring to Harris's relationship in the early 90s with former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown.
I stand 100% behind my criticism of Kamala Harris about her reprehensible home-wrecking actions.
Gastelum denied our request for an interview and sent us the statement he read during Friday's meeting.
My criticism of Kamala Harris has nothing to do with her skin color, ethnicity, gender, orientation, religion.
Because Gastelum is an elected official, he cannot be removed from his position unless he's voted out or resigns. 3 candidates are running against him in November, including Jose A. Lopez, who previously held the position for 16 years.
He's not a person to be trusted, especially if he is a public figure, elected by the community.
Michael Monaco is another opponent who told 10 News he is disappointed and disgusted by the comments. Patricia Mallon, also running, told ABC 10 News the board needs someone who's professional and respectful of all people. The allegations of Harris's relationship with Brown have been fact-checked by Reuters, and although the pair did have a relationship, Brown was estranged from his wife for roughly a decade. The board president saying this during Friday's meeting.
Reducing a woman to her sexuality is about as low as anyone can stoop.
Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
As we've said, this isn't the first time the Water Board has censured Gastelum. In April of 2017, he was censured after making Islamophobic comments referring to Muslims as subhuman and scum. Then again in July of this year, the board did it again after he made racial posts about Black Lives Matter protests.
Fire crews knocked down a 2-alarm fire at a commercial building on Moreno Boulevard today. This was the Cashway Electric Supply Store. San Diego Fire and Rescue got that call around 5:40 tonight. Crews say there was a report of someone living inside that building. The Red Cross was called out for an adult man and his dog who were displaced. Both Google and Yelp list this business as permanently closed. No word yet on what caused the fire.
560 wildfires are burning all across California right now. Devastating new video shows homes burning to the ground. This is the CZU Lightning Complex fires, and more than 750,000 acres have gone up in flames across the state. At least 5 people have been killed. Crews on the front lines are making desperate pleas for more help. ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz explains why our resources are falling short.
These images don't do justice. The devastation engulfing the state of California. More than 560 infernos tearing through dozens of counties.
771,000 acres has already been burned in the state of California, the equivalent to the size of the state of Rhode Island.
This year, there's a shortage in volunteer inmate firefighters that play a critical role for CAL FIRE. In July, many prisoners were granted early release to ease overcrowding during the pandemic. The move dropping inmate firefighter numbers from nearly 2,000 to less than 1,700, a decrease of about 15%. But the state did boost resources in other areas, hiring more than 800 seasonal firefighters and adding $72 million in emergency aid. But with more than 12,000 lightning strikes in 72 hours, we're facing conditions we've never seen before.
So we have more people, but it's not enough. We have more air support, but it's still not enough.
Governor Newsom hearing cries for help firsthand.
I was down there in Santa Clara yesterday meeting with some San Jose firefighters that looked completely wiped, saying we need more support. They were simply overwhelmed by what they saw.
A partnership now formed with at least 10 states for more resources in a time of desperation. Additional engines coming from places like Arizona, Oregon, Nevada, and Texas, just hoping to make a dent in the destruction. Jennifer Dela Cruz, ABC 10 News.
4 inmate firefighters from San Diego were dispatched yesterday to assist up north. They're headed to the Carmel fire and the river fire in Monterey County.
Closer to home, some parts of the county may see thunderstorms. This is a look at some clouds and rain that moved in earlier over Alpine. Our meteorologist, Angelica Campos, is tracking the changes in our weather. Angelica.
Hi, Stephen. All the thunderstorms we've seen so far this summer have happened in the last week. We're going to see another threat of potentially severe thunderstorms as we go into tomorrow. Today, another hot day. It was better, but not by much. We were able to break records in Poway, Campo, Palomar, and Oceanside and Carlsbad, both reaching 90 degrees. Tonight, you're looking at upper 70s and even 80-degree temperatures in places like Poway and Kearney Mesa. It is 11 o'clock at night. Typically, we see those numbers during the afternoon. Something else that really stands out tonight, it is more humid in the deserts with dew points in the 70s than it is at the coast with a dew point of 64 in Carlsbad. So all that moisture is potentially going to add to the potential for thunderstorms tomorrow. We'll have more coming up.
It was humid on the walk tonight. Angelica, thank you. You can track the changes in our weather by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
Was she just dumped there? Was she shot there? So my brain's at 100 miles per hour because I'm trying to come up with all these scenarios.
Well, a San Diego mother wants her daughter's killer brought to justice. She spoke with ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura, who tells us her daughter also leaves behind a 2-year-old.
This is a picture of 23-year-old Cristina Garcia with her 2-year-old daughter. Cristina's mother gave us these pictures and asked us to show the child's face so that Cristina's killer knows who they've hurt.
I think the saddest thing for me is that her daughter's only going to know her in pictures because she's so young. She'll never remember her mom's touch, her kiss, her sound, her voice.
Cristina's mother, Lisa, says her daughter was very likable and very smart.
She tested out in 10th grade and began Southwestern College and finished her classes there.
Along 4th Avenue in Chula Vista near Main Street, there is a memorial with candles and notes in memory of Cristina. On August 5th, Chula Vista police was called out to the area. Someone found Cristina's body in a nearby field. Lisa says she saw her daughter earlier that day.
That afternoon she came, she wanted to see her daughter and then pick up the truck. So it was a brief encounter and I expected for her to come back. I don't know. I wish I could have took advantage of that moment longer.
Police say Cristina was shot. They are investigating the homicide, but no arrests have been made. Lisa hopes someone will come forward to help police find the person responsible for her daughter's death.
There might be information out there that people think is irrelevant, but it could be very relevant to law enforcement.
And police are echoing the same message tonight, saying that tips can remain anonymous through Crime Stoppers. Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
And here are the latest coronavirus numbers for our county. 304 new cases were reported today. That brings the total to just under 36,000. And there were 8 new deaths, bringing that total to 652.
SDSU fraternities won't be holding any social events this fall. The university's Interfraternity Council voted for a self-imposed social moratorium last night. And this is all to prevent the spread of COVID-19. This fall, all IFC recruitment events will be held virtually with no in-person interaction. All social events violating state and county health orders are banned. The moratorium only applies to the IFC and IFC members.
An old computer animated video featuring Nazi imagery and the now chairman of the San Diego County Republican Party has resurfaced. Our partners at KPBS say the early 1990s video features a young Tony Kovarik and was produced by a Swedish video game cracking group called Fairlight. The video is drawing criticism from both sides of the aisle. KPBS says they made numerous attempts to reach Kavarik about the video, but he did not respond. Today on Twitter, he made a statement that says, in part, "To go back 30 years to when I was a teenage computer nerd to smear me is low. KPBS should be ashamed of themselves." Recently, Tony Kavarik announced he will not seek another term as chairman of the San Diego County Republican Party. An election for his replacement will be held in December.
Today, a private memorial honored 8 Camp Pendleton Marines and 1 sailor killed during a training exercise. The 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit held the service at Camp Pendleton. The service members were killed when their amphibious assault vehicle sank off the coast of San Clemente Island. And the July 30th accident was the deadliest AAV accident in Marine Corps history. The cause of the accident is still under investigation.
The sports announcer who got into hot water for saying an anti-gay slur on the air will not be boothing NFL games for Fox Sports. Tom Brenneman made that slur Wednesday night during a Cincinnati Reds broadcast for Fox Sports Ohio. He was replaced mid-game by another announcer and has been suspended by the Reds. Brenneman has been part of Fox's NFL lineup as well since 1994. Fox Sports confirmed tonight he will no longer be a part of their NFL coverage this season.